Aidan, good to see you. Bit of time you've had now to settle in. How are you finding life at Notts?
Yeah, really good. Really enjoying it. It's a bit of a different environment to what I've been used to before, but no, really enjoying my time so far.
Yeah, in what way is it different at Notts then?
Just in terms of the style of play that we play here compared to where I've been before, so that's took obviously naturally a little bit of adjusting to, but no, I feel like I'm starting to pick that up and long may it continue.
Suppose in general terms, it's the evolving role of a goalkeeper, isn't it? These days, that you're as much of a using your feet as you are your hands. How are you? I guess that's what you're referring to. How are you finding that?
Yeah, it's something that throughout my career so far I've kind of always had to do. Not so much as what you would here. So that's just about getting on the training pitch and getting the repetition in of the different actions.
How much has Sam Slocum been a help with that? You know, another guy who's playing all of last season and understands about that, and a very experienced goalkeeper. How are you two working together, and how is he helping you?
Slokes is brilliant, not just for me but for everybody around the place. He's a top professional, and he regularly has chats with myself, not just about the in possession stuff as a goalkeeper, about different things in terms of positioning and that within the goal. And yeah, he's helping me massively.
Yeah, I guess their relationship's really important, isn't it? You know, when you get the nod ahead of him, but you've still got to have that relationship to work together and kind of help each other out for the kind of greater good, if you like.
Yeah, of course. You know, at the end of the day, we all want the same things. Whether that's me playing or whether that's Slokes playing. So for us to be able to have that tight relationship is always good.
Going well now this season. How are you feeling about the way Notts have now settled into life in League Two?
Obviously, on a personal circumstance, I didn't get off to the greatest of starts. But yeah, I think the lads have adapted really really well, and I think you can see now that with the way that we're playing, confidence is building, and that feeling around the place is on a high at the moment. So we need to really continue that feeling, and try and pick up as many points as possible.
Yeah, I mean the start of that game, the opening day generally wasn't the best from anybody in the team really, and you know you were sold a pass a bit short. But I wonder what's crossing your mind on your debut as you're walking off at Sutton, having just been red carded like that.
Um, it's my first red card in my career, wasn't it? So I didn't know how to feel other than disappointed, upset. Felt like I'd obviously let myself down, let the fans down, and obviously let the team down at the time. Um, but then, afterwards we put it into a bigger picture and went through it, and these things in football do happen. So you just have to crack on and keep working hard.
Lou Williams, every time I've spoken to him, when you talk about incidents like that, he always says, well, it's not about that incident, it's about what's happened before or two or three passes before. It becomes a much more collective thing rather than ever saying this was wrong, that was wrong. I wonder if his approach has helped you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's different pictures that have happened in games and as well that we've gone through in the goalkeeper unit meetings and stuff like that, and it's going back to the actions before that, before it actually gets to say myself or anybody else on the pitch. So it's just about recognising what we can do better in different places.
I bet you were just desperate to get back out on the pitch after that, though, weren't you?
Yeah, it's frustrating that as soon as that happens, you obviously you're going to be suspended. But I wanted to be back in playing that game on the Tuesday, but obviously suspended for it. So to be able to come back in against Grimsby was really good.
And to do that, and then to get a clean sheet against Morecambe after that, has that kind of helped you go, okay, right, move on from that opening day now?
Yeah, of course. You pride yourself upon clean sheets as a goalkeeper, but you're never fully in control of keeping a clean sheet. You can do everything within a game to help yourself, but something might go against you, and it's completely out of your control. So it's just about focusing throughout the whole 90 minutes on the performance, making sure that the rest of the lads know their jobs. So yeah, that's it really.
I know Luke Williams was particularly frustrated, I guess, on your behalf, really, that you didn't get to keep a clean sheet in the last couple of games. And I know you say it's a bigger picture than that, but just like strikers kind of count goals, are you kind of looking at clean sheets? Is that something you focus on or not?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, as a goalkeeper, you want to keep as many as possible, because ultimately, if you can do that, you're helping the rest of the lads out. But it's like I said before, it's a collective. So for me to try and get as many clean sheets as possible, it's obviously a massive target for myself. But like we went through the goal on Saturday, and I said to Slokes that I was disappointed with the goal not getting, because I felt like I was in a good position and got a good hand to it. And Slokes was honest with me and said, like, I think you've been very, very harsh on yourself. You've done everything right in the process and stuff like that. So then you have to look at it on the flip side and say, well, okay, yeah, I've done everything right, but these things happen. But like I said before, it goes back to actions previous to that. So yeah.
Yeah. Um, Going pretty well now, and you've this season. You've obviously won promotion from this division before. I remember that game at Wembley against Mansfield that you won with Port Vale. And I just wonder whether you get an early idea in a season, whether you did that year and whether you have this year that this team's going to do pretty well this season.
I think the similarities are for us the tightness within the group here, and the tightness that we had at the time at Port Vale within the group. You knew that something was gonna come from it, whether that be a successful cup run, promotion, or whatever. But yeah, the similarities between the groups are very, very obvious to myself.
Yeah, and I guess joining a team that's just won a promotion as well, you kind of join that bounce, don't you? Of a team largely together as well that have kind of just won a promotion and got so many points last season.
Yeah, like I alluded to, just I think the togetherness within the lads that got promoted last year from the National League is massive, and coming into that group, it is something that you want to be a part of again. And having already done that myself, I want to go on and do that myself again.
Yeah, hope you can. Good to talk to you, Aidan. Thanks very
Cheers, thank
much.
you.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dave. Anything from you, Sam?
Yeah, just wanted to. Hi, Aidan.
Oh yeah.
I imagine for you as a goalkeeper, the sort of consistency that there is with the defensive selection ahead of you, at least in terms of the structure, is quite a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's been various back threes that have been in front of me this season, but we've worked on it all throughout pre-season in terms of personnel coming in and doing the job, and I think the lads have been brilliant. I know obviously we've alluded to little bits of concentration every now and then in games, but I think you saw on the weekend that's been cut out. So hopefully we can continue to keep that way.
You've talked about your own sort of personal response to the first week, but what do you think's been the key for the team, sort of to see this sort of upturn in results for the rest of August?
I think it's just being on the training pitch and working hard. I don't think there's a massive amount to. I think the lads have a massive amount of ability, and I think it's just about trusting your own ability, and the lads have done that. And there's definitely been a rise in terms of standards within training, and I think that was a real shock for us on the opening weekend. It not going the way that we wanted to what we need to do in order to be successful.
You've talked about sort of playing out from the back and things like that. Is that something that you've seen really develop already while you've been at Notts?
It's something that I've always wanted to try and incorporate into my game, and I've always worked on. Whether the teams that I've been in previously, we haven't done it as much as what I do here. It's something that I try and practice every day, and just keep getting the repetitions in. I go through it with Wheelie and keep asking the gaffer about different pictures that we might occur if they happen on the pitch. So it's just about realising different options and stuff like that.